Chapter 9, Spring Training. In early 1946, Jackie was almost 27 years old. It was a time of big changes. On February 10th, Jackie married Rachel. A few weeks later, the newlyweds left for spring training in Daytona Beach, Florida. Jackie felt scared and excited. Now he was playing for the Montreal Royals. The next step could be the major leagues. Jackie understood that being the first black player would be difficult. In fact, just getting to Florida for spring training was a struggle. The Robinsons flew from LA to New Orleans. Then they had to catch connecting flights to Pensacola, Florida, then on to Jacksonville. But they were bumped from flight after flight because they were black. They couldn't find an airport restaurant to eat in. They were for whites only. When they finally reached Pensacola, Jackie and Rachel once again were bumped from flights. White people got the seats instead, so they decided to take a bus the rest of the way. They had to sit in the, for coloreds, back row, the worst seats on the bus. The trip took 1.5 days. No matter how tired he felt, Jackie knew he had to be at his best for the first day of training. He walked onto a field with 200 players. Everyone on the Montreal team was white, except for one black pitcher named Johnny Wright. He was also trying out, but all eyes were on Jackie. Reporters were there too. "What would you do if one of these pitchers threw at your head?" one asked. "I'd duck," said Jackie, or Jackie answered. Who's on the field? There's the center fielder, so this is the outfield. Center fielder, left fielder, right fielder. This is the infield. You have third baseman, shortstop, second base umpire, second base. This is the second baseman over here. This is the first baseman, first base, the first base coach, the first base umpire. This is the pitcher's mound with the pitcher, and the home plate umpire, the catcher, and the batter. Jackie tried to joke when asked questions like this, but often it was hard to keep a sense of humor. Jackie couldn't stay at the same hotel as the other players. He and Rachel had to stay at the home of the local couple. Sometimes other teams canceled games. They refused to play against a black player. Some ballparks locked their gates from Jackie and the rest of the Montreal players. Once, a game in DeLand, Florida was called off. The excuse was that the stadium lights weren't working, but it was daytime. It was a daytime game. No lights were needed. Some players on his own team looked through Jackie like he wasn't even there. At times, Jackie was so fed up he wanted to go home, but he didn't. He kept on practicing and playing. It wasn't all bad. Crowds poured into the stands to watch Jackie bat and try out his new position. Sure, some people came to jeer, but many more people came to cheer. The black sections overflowed. Fans had to be turned away. When spring training was over and the Royals returned to Montreal, Jackie was their second baseman. Johnny Wright was signed up too. He wasn't expected to play. He was on the team, so Jackie had someone to room with on the road. April 18th, 1946 was opening day. Jackie and the Royals were in New Jersey playing their first regular season game against the Jersey City Giants. People flooded to the stadium. Bands played, music filled the streets. It was the first baseball season since World War II had ended, and it was a huge event. Jackie was the second in the lineup. There was already one out when he stood at the plate. His hands were sweaty. His legs felt weak. Nervous, Jackie grounded out to the shortstop. But he'd done it. He'd hit the ball at his first at-bat. 2 Montreal Royals were on base for his second at-bat. Everyone thought Jackie would bunt to move the players forward. The pitch came high and fast. Jackie swung, crack. The ball sailed over left field fence out of the park. It was a 3-run homer. In the 5th inning, Jackie stole second, then advanced to third, then ran on to home. The crowd roared. Thanks to Jackie, the Royals won 14-1. By the end of the game, even Jersey City fans were cheering for Jackie. The clubhouse was mobbed with fans and reporters. Everyone wanted to congratulate the daring new player. How did Jackie feel? One reporter wrote that Jackie was so excited he had to tie his necktie 3 or 4 times. But he was as happy as a kid on Christmas morning.